Hello, sir.
Hello, Rahul. How are you?
Good, good, good. Sir, Jignesh Mevani's case, if you see, like he got bail yesterday, and again he got another arrest yesterday. So, what is the reason behind, and how do you see the entire system working against few people in India?
No, first of all, Rahul, Jignesh is we'll have to understand who Jignesh is and what he represents.
Hmm.
Jignesh is one of the most prominent voices of the Dalits today in India,
Hmm.
and a very fearless person, a
Yes.
youngster,
Hmm.
trade unionist, and he has been vociferous against Modi
Hmm.
in Gujarat for a long
Yes.
time. And Gujarat, now Jignesh represents many things in Gujarat, and particularly in the context of the current upcoming elections.
Hmm.
Now, Jignesh has also openly expressed his support to Congress, and he is working with the party also.
Hmm.
Now, uh, now Jignesh, by targeting Jignesh, you would have many benefits, so to say, from the BJP's perspective, or so
Hmm.
to say, the majoritarian group's perspective. So it is a strategy so that all people who Jignesh represents are afraid of what happens and what would be the consequences of following this line.
Hmm.
Not only the people who follow Jignesh, but also people who express themselves openly,
Hmm.
especially in social media, about the Prime Minister. So two three things I wanted to just highlight. Now the case in which Jignesh was arrested is a innocuous tweet that he has made
Hmm.
on the 19th about the Prime Minister coming to
His visit to
Gujarat,
Gujarat and
visit to
the
Gujarat.
violence which took place in Gujarat and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he says that you are coming to Gujarat on the 20th. Why don't you call for peace and social harmony in Himmat Nagar, Kambat, and
Hmm.
another place, Verawal, I suppose.
Hmm.
This is the second part of the tweet. The first part of the tweet, he says that Mr. Modi, who is a Godse worshipper, is coming to Gujarat. This is the first line that he uses.
Hmm. Hmm.
And in my opinion, both the sentences are, in no way connected to any religion or anything. Of course, in the first sentence, it can be construed as a defamation to the PM, but PM himself, being openly a supporter of Godse and considers Godse to be in high regard and all BJP and RSS. So I don't know why they should take it as an insult. I don't know
Hmm.
whether
Hmm.
Mr. Modi got insulted by the comparison with Godse, or I don't know whether Mr. Godse got insulted by the comparison with Mr. Modi. That
Okay.
the RSS people should clarify. But still,
Yeah.
I don't see any problem because both of them are held in high esteem in their mind, in their view. And
Hmm.
second part is just a call for communal harmony. There's
Hmm.
no case made out on this particular tweet at all.
Hmm.
But on that night, there was apparently there is a complaint launched at Kokrajhar, and that's like thousands of kilometers away on the border of the country in Assam, Bodoland, by
Hmm.
one of the BJP functionaries. And the
Hmm.
complaint is, one reading of the complaint will show how frivolous the complaint is.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
the SP of Kokrajhar,
Hmm.
Mr. Pratik Tumbe, who is
Hmm.
a direct
Hmm.
officer, he has taken this matter so seriously that he thought that this tweet is going to disturb the whole peace and tranquility
Harmony of the nation.
in
Yeah.
Assam, and especially in Kokrajhar.
Right.
And because of his dedicated duty consciousness, he felt the urge that he
Hmm.
should arrest Mr. Mevani today, no matter
Hmm.
even if he's in Gujarat. Mr. Tumbe took all the efforts to arrange for a team to come from Assam all the way to visit to visit
Gujarat.
Gujarat, find out where Mr. Mevani is, and arrest him within 24 hours of the complaint.
Hmm.
And I'm absolutely thrilled, and I'm also absolutely, I really want to see how efficient our police is in such cases. And if only this can happen in other real cases where
Okay.
it matters.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
entire team came down and made an arrest in Palampur, which
Hmm.
was in Banaskantha district in Gujarat,
Hmm.
where
Hmm.
Mr. Mevani is there. And the first point that I want to make is how frivolous the complaint was,
Hmm.
and how seriously and
Hmm.
how with what precision Assam police operated on this matter.
Hmm.
This is
Hmm.
the first
Hmm.
thing that I wanted to say.
Hmm.
The second thing is about the way in which the arrest was executed.
Hmm.
He was his door was knocked, and Assam police said, "We are taking to Assam." They didn't explain to him on what case. They didn't show him a copy of FIR as mandated by 41, 42, 41, 41 ABC of CRPC,
Hmm. Hmm.
or the various rulings
Hmm.
of the Supreme Court,
And
and they
especially
didn't
he's
even.
a,
And especially he's a sitting MLA.
He is a sitting MLA,
and it
and
is
he's a
not a
sitting
criminal
MLA.
case.
No, it's not a criminal case,
It is not a
and
criminal
they
case. Yeah.
they have made out some criminal sections, but it is not. It is a case of defamation, not
Yeah.
anything more. Oh,
Yes.
and then they have made all these sections, and they didn't deliver him a FIR copy. They didn't intimate his relatives.
Hmm.
They just took him
To
to
Assam.
go to Assam in a
Yeah.
flight, and the Gujarat government facilitated the whole process.
Hmm.
uh, I don't know. The Gujarat government would have really probably didn't want Mevani to be there for whatever reason. That might be political, we don't know. But then he was taken to Guwahati, and from there he was taken to Kokrajhar all over by the road, and then he was presented in front of the magistrate and
Hmm.
took custody, police custody for 3 days.
Hmm.
And this was the second thing, was that no arrest procedure was followed when he was
Hmm.
arrested.
Hmm.
And this is to
Hmm.
a sitting MLA, as you rightly pointed out,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
to a very prominent Dalit leader. Okay.
Hmm.
Now the third thing was when his bail was applied,
Hmm.
and a senior lawyer from Guwahati had represented Mr. Mevani, and
Hmm.
the judicial magistrate, was constrained to give a bail because the case was frivolous. So,
Hmm.
as he was about to give the bail, the concerned CJM of that Kokrajhar district immediately snatched the case away from this magistrate, and he said that he is going to inquire it now, which is complete and blatant violation of the whole procedure, which was
Hmm.
objected to by Mevani's
Lawyer.
counsel.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Mevani's counsel and the CJM had a confrontation in open court where
Hmm.
Mevani's counsel literally laid out that, I have to complain about you to the High Court on what is happening.
Hmm.
After this, and after a complaint was formally made to the High Court, this CJM reverted the case back to the magistrate who gave a bail.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
now, so even in that position, they were so desperate to have Mevani with them. I don't know for what reason.
Hmm.
Now, the third part, as Mevani got bail and as he was coming out, another group of police from Barpeta came and arrested him, saying that they didn't again produce an FIR, but they showed some sections. And finally, the complaint copy came in the Twitter and other things. And there they had registered cases of outraging a woman's modesty, using slang words and things like that. And for the
Harassment. Hmm.
last 4 days, it's verbal abuse. Outraging a modesty is a non-bailable section of a woman.
Correct.
Jignesh Mevani being in custody of Assam police, where the hell did he have the time to do all these things? And if that was the case, why was nothing reported for the last 4 days and until the bail was issued? Only then, why do you have to do this? So then the FIR we see is registered one day before this bail, that is day before yesterday. The complaint was given on the 19th when Jignesh was brought. And apparently the complaint says that Jignesh assaulted a woman police personnel who was accompanying him. And I really can't, fathom the imagination of Assam police to do this. That somebody in police custody, and that too tries to assault and outrage the modesty of a woman police personnel. And this happens in the 19th, and you don't even have the courage to register an FIR on the 19th. You are the police, and you are not registering an FIR on your own personnel, and you
And
wait
you,
till 24th to register an FIR when there is a possibility of an bail for Mr. Mevani. So all
right.
this is absolute comedy happening left, right, and center. And then I'm heard that there are 3 more FIRs they are coming up, which they will only put up after the bail in one case is granted to Mr. Mevani. And Mr. Mevani, being a very seasoned politician, he knows that he has to go through this, and I'm sure he is somebody who will fight through all this. But the point is, you can, have some strategies of political strategies and use the SP of Kokrajhar and SP of Barpeta to do many things, but it has to be at least have this basic brilliance in it. It cannot be so dumb, and the whole country is seeing these dumb actions and dumb activities that this government is right now doing.
So the clear message goes that if you criticize Prime Minister or anybody in BJP, you have to go through such process, no matter who you are, whether you are an MP or an MLA. If you question the government, you will be arrested. Same way, I have two more statements given by another MP and MLA by BJP person. Unnav's MP Sakshiji Maharaj, who said, don't believe in police. If mob comes to attack you, you have to safeguard yourself. So you should have arms in your place. You should collect all these soda bottles and all, so that you can, safeguard yourself. So MP who believes in Indian constitution, he says, don't believe in our judiciary, don't believe in our police. You have to safeguard yourself, and you can attack anyone who comes in front of you, especially Muslims. He had used the word jihadis. In another statement where Bhopal's MLA Sadhvi Pragya Singh, she says India is a Hindu nation, where the constitution says we are a secular nation, and she says India is a Hindu nation, and we have already given another nation to Muslims, where people whoever wants to go, they can go to Pakistan. So these are two respectful persons in our system who openly give such statements, and still nobody gives any complaint. And if you give a complaint also, in a day or two they may get bail and they'll come out. The similar issues happened when Bajrang Muni, there is a person who openly threatened Muslim women that he will rape them. Another person, Yati Narsimhanand, Suresh Chawanke. So these are the people who are continuously threatening and giving statement against India, against Indian harmony. So why is this that one set of people are always being safeguarded by the political party who's ruling this country, and another set of people who are questioning these kind of actions, they have been targeted?
I even don't blame the political party. Their job is to do that, and they will do that. But I'm questioning the independent institutions, the judiciary, the administration, the SP of Kokrajhar. Where are they? What are their allegiance to? They are the people who are supposed to protect the constitution, and they have sworn and they are taking every month's salary in the name of our people, and in the name of protecting the constitution.
Correct.
And what is happening to them? I can understand, some amount of bending, but this kind of crawling is like, below human. So I feel, see, what they are trying to do. They are trying to do very simple thing, that I always keep telling, this fight between there are the fight which is going on in this country, it is between two categories of people. It is not between RSS and Congress, or BJP and Congress, or neither the Hindus and Muslims. It is a fight between two mindsets. One mindset which believes India is for all. India is a land of brotherhood. India is a plural country, love, affection, and brotherhood. That is one category. And the other category does not believe India is equal. The other category believes India has to be for some people, and then the others can reside, but in a diminished status. And they don't believe in this brotherhood and all those stuff. This is the two mindsets which is operating in this country, and the fight is between these two mindsets. Okay. And the single document which represents the first mindset is the constitution, and that is their primary enemy of the second mindset. So the second mindset is now in power. So their primary objective will be to somehow diffuse the status of the constitution and its power. So they go by doing this by weakening the institutions, not by something else. So they weaken the institutions by organizing such arrests, letting these people who talk against the constitution so freely to talk, and giving them all the support and things. So basically these are all attempts to weaken institutions, so that recently Mr. Rahul Gandhi said this, that there is no constitution without the institution. You can't let the institutions die and then say the constitution is surviving. So this is all attack on the institutions, and I'm very, 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 very upset by the fact that these institutions are to be guarded by some of the best brains who have been selected to do that, and they are in no position to even utter a word and utter some amount of resistance to all this. And I'm not blaming everybody, but that number is going up and up. But again, at the same time, I would also want to tell that the people with this mindset, this kind of capture mindset, is only very less. They are not the majority in this country. But what is more killing is this: the voices of these guys are heard loud because the others are silent. Because the vast majority which believes in the equity and the constitution, they are silent. Now, our biggest enemy is this silence. This silence has to be broken, and if the silence is broken, and these guys' voice is not going to reach farther. So I think we have to do a great job in getting people to talk on all these things and showing some amount of resilience towards the attack on the constitution. I think that is the primary thing that we have to focus. But otherwise, their job is to, the second mindset's job is to weaken the constitution, and that is what they are doing. And the only question is how well the first mindset is going to fight this.
Yeah. As Mr. Sasikanth Senthil rightly said, that you have to speak out, you have to raise your question, whatever you see, you can't be silent, and to bring back our harmony, to bring back the belief on our Indian system and Indian constitution, especially law and order, you have to raise your questions. And it was a very excellent conversation what we had, and I hope people would have understood the situation what is happening. It is not a fight between Hindu, Muslim or RSS versus, as you said, Congress or BJP. It is a fight between two mindset, which is like, one is supporting the constitution, one believes the constitution, another which hates the constitution, which says if constitution is there, we cannot prove our points, right? So anyways, it was wonderful talking to you, sir, and I hope Mr. Mevani comes out with a clean reputation as he always had, and we'll see you soon on another such topic, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you.